Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and join this community of awakened souls seeking truth and strength in the spiritual battlefield. You're not alone. This path is shared by many chosen ones, just like you, facing the greatest test of your lives. The spiritual war that rages around us is unlike anything most have ever imagined. It's invisible yet so real, silent yet deafening in its intensity. Every day, the forces of darkness rise with greater ferocity, determined to shake the foundations of your soul, to cloud your vision, and to break your spirit. But here's the truth that many don't want you to know. This war is at its peak, and this moment is your sacred test. You might feel overwhelmed, anxious, or even powerless, but you must understand that worrying is the exact reaction the enemy desires. Worry weakens your spiritual armor and opens doors for attacks on your mind and heart. The chosen ones, those set apart by divine will, are being tested right now more than ever before. The intensity is not a punishment, but a necessary forge to strengthen you into the warrior you were always meant to be. Think of the spiritual war as a storm. You can either be swept away by the raging winds or stand firm like an ancient tree, deeply rooted in your faith and divine authority. The tests you face, whether they come as betrayal, isolation, doubt, or fear, are the storm's winds trying to uproot you. But every trial is an opportunity to grow stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with your divine purpose. One of the hardest parts about this spiritual war is that it's largely unseen. Your enemies do not always come as obvious adversaries. Sometimes they appear disguised as friends, as your own fears, or as the inner voices telling you to quit or doubt your path. The spiritual battlefield is a complex terrain where deception reigns, and discernment becomes your most powerful weapon. Because you are chosen, you carry within you a light that threatens the darkness. This light cannot be hidden or dimmed without your consent. It radiates divine energy that disrupts the plans of those who feed on fear and chaos. The more you embrace your divine identity, the more visible your light becomes, the more fierce the opposition you will encounter. But remember, being chosen doesn't mean you walk this path without help. The divine realm is fully aware of the challenges, and unseen forces are aligned with you, providing protection, guidance, and strength. You are never truly alone, even when you feel isolated. This is your sacred test to prove that your faith, courage, and spirit can withstand the fiercest battles. Now is the time to double down on spiritual disciplines that keep your armor strong. Prayer, meditation, reading sacred wisdom, and surrounding yourself with those who uplift and support your journey. Guard your mind against the lies of the enemy. Reject worry as a weapon used to destabilize you. Instead, anchor your thoughts on your divine mission and the victory that is already promised. The war is real, but so is your power. This is the moment. Chosen ones rise not by avoiding the storm, but by standing strong within it. The tests you face are preparing you for the glory that lies ahead. Your resilience is a beacon to others still lost in the shadows, so take heart. This peak moment is not the end, but a turning point. When the darkness seems most overwhelming, your light shines the brightest. Keep going, stand firm. Your test is fierce, but you are fiercer. The spiritual battlefield is unlike any physical war you have known. There are no visible armies, no marching soldiers, no clear fronts. Instead, the war wages silently within and around you, in your mind, your heart, your soul. The forces opposing you use tactics rooted in deception, fear, and confusion. They target your deepest insecurities and seek to make you doubt your purpose. But as a chosen one, your mission is clear, even if the path is hidden beneath layers of challenge. Many chosen ones find themselves in a paradoxical position. They are the light bearers, meant to illuminate the way for others. Yet they often feel isolated, misunderstood, or even attacked by those closest to them. This loneliness is part of the test. The spiritual war is designed to break ordinary spirits. But you were chosen because your soul was forged in fire. The isolation, the betrayals, the trials, they are not signs of failure, but markers of your progress. Imagine a blacksmith shaping a sword. The intense heat, the pounding, and the folding of the metal might seem harsh and destructive, but each step strengthens the blade until it becomes unbreakable. Your trials serve the same purpose. The spiritual war is the forge where your spirit is being tempered. Worry and fear are distractions designed to weaken you, but your faith and inner strength are the hammer and anvil shaping your destiny. The enemy is relentless because your divine light threatens their dark agenda. Demons, negative energies, and destructive forces identify you instantly, not because you seek them, but because your aura radiates power. They stalk you in the unseen realms, attempting to infiltrate your thoughts, disrupt your focus, and sabotage your mission. But your divine authority is far greater than any darkness you face. Understanding this dynamic is key. The spiritual war is not about avoiding conflict, but mastering it. You do not have to fear what lurks in the shadows, because the same divine power that marked you also protects you. Every time you feel attacked, remember that this is the enemy's desperate attempt to keep you from fulfilling your destiny. Stand firm, knowing that you have the spiritual weapons to overcome any assault. One of the most important weapons in your arsenal is your mindset. When worry creeps in, recognize it as a strategy of the enemy. Worry breeds doubt and fear, which open portals for attack. Replace worry with faith, anxiety with prayer, and doubt with remembrance of your divine calling. Your spirit was never meant to live in fear, but to thrive in the light of truth. The spiritual war also tests your discernment. Not every challenge comes from an external enemy. Sometimes, your greatest test is identifying the subtle lies you tell yourself. Are your doubts truly yours, or are they whispers planted by forces trying to derail you? Cultivating awareness allows you to reject the enemy's influence and reclaim your peace. Furthermore, this battle is not one you fight alone. Divine allies stand beside you: angels, spirit guides, and ancestral forces ready to assist when you call on them, but your cooperation is required. Spiritual discipline is not optional. Prayer, meditation, fasting, or any practice that connects you to the divine realm strengthens your armor and sharpens your senses. Remember, chosen ones are not exempt from hardship, they are forged by it. Your tests are unique, tailored to your soul's journey. What feels overwhelming now is preparing you for your greatest breakthroughs. When you face trials, don't shrink back in fear. Step forward with courage, knowing that your struggles are the prelude to victory. The war is at its peak because the forces of darkness recognize the urgency of your mission. This moment in history demands warriors who will stand unshaken. They want you to worry because worry clouds your vision and weakens your resolve. But you have the power to rise above, to walk forward with confidence, and to shine so brightly that no shadow can touch you. Your test is not just about survival, it's about transformation. The pain, the isolation, and the battles are catalysts for your spiritual evolution. As you endure, you become a beacon for others, proof that light can conquer even the darkest night. Your story is a testament to resilience, faith, and divine power. So, chosen one, when the war feels overwhelming, remember this. Your struggle is a sign that you are on the right path. You are being tested because you are destined for greatness. Your enemies may watch, stalk, and try to break you, but their time is limited. Your time to rise is now. Stand tall, hold fast. The spiritual war is fierce, but your spirit is fiercer. The intensity of the spiritual war you're experiencing is no accident. It's a signal that you're advancing in your divine mission. Every challenge you face is a spiritual threshold, a test to see if you have the endurance, faith, and clarity to move forward. These moments can feel overwhelming, but within them lies an opportunity for profound transformation. One of the most deceptive tactics used by the forces opposing you is to make you question your worth and your calling. They whisper lies about your identity, your purpose, and your ability to succeed. You might feel invisible, insignificant, or even cursed. But these feelings are the enemy's ploy to isolate you from your true power. As a chosen one, your identity is rooted in divine truth. You are made for a unique purpose that no one else can fulfill. The spiritual war is also about control. Control over your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Your enemies want to keep you trapped in cycles of fear, anger, and doubt. These emotions cloud your judgment and weaken your spiritual defenses. But you have the power to reclaim control. By cultivating mindfulness and spiritual awareness, you can recognize these attacks before they take root and consciously choose responses. Rooted in faith and peace, prayer and meditation become your frontline defenses. When you engage in focused spiritual practices, you create an invisible shield around your soul. This shield reflects negativity and strengthens your connection to divine power. Regular prayer invites divine guidance, protection, and clarity. Meditation quiets the mind, allowing you to hear the subtle promptings of your higher self and spiritual allies. Another crucial aspect of your test is patience. The spiritual war unfolds on a timeline beyond human understanding. Your breakthroughs may not happen as quickly as you desire. This delay can be frustrating and fuel doubt. But remember, divine timing is perfect timing. Each season of waiting is preparing you for the next level of your journey. The enemy wants you to rush, to act out of fear or desperation. Resist this urge. Stay grounded in faith and trust the process. You may also notice increased spiritual sensitivity during this time. You might sense negative energies more intensely or feel emotionally drained. This heightened sensitivity is a sign that your spiritual frequency is rising. It means you are becoming more attuned to the unseen realms. While this can be challenging, it is also a powerful sign of growth. Learn to protect your energy by setting boundaries, avoiding toxic influences, and grounding yourself regularly. Community can be a powerful source of support. While the path of a chosen one is often solitary, finding like-minded souls who understand your journey can provide encouragement and strength. Seek out spiritual communities, mentors, or friends who uplift your spirit and encourage your growth. Sharing your experiences helps to lighten your burden and remind you that you are not alone. Remember that every spiritual battle has a purpose. The enemy fights hard because they recognize your potential. Your victory inspires others, weakens the forces of darkness, and brings light into the world. When you persevere through hardship, you are not only fulfilling your destiny, but also serving as a warrior for all those still trapped in darkness. Your test also involves surrender. Surrender not of defeat, but surrender to divine will. This surrender is an act of faith, an acknowledgement that you are part of a greater plan. It requires humility and trust, knowing that even when things seem bleak, the divine is orchestrating your path toward victory. Surrender allows you to release the burdens of control and embrace peace amidst chaos. The spiritual war at its peak means the enemy is desperate, but it also means you are close to breakthrough. Each trial you endure brings you closer to the fulfillment of your divine mission. Do not let fear or doubt derail you. Instead, let your faith be your anchor and your courage, the light that guides your way. You are not just surviving this battle. You are evolving because of it. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a triumph of spirit. Your journey is sacred, and your role in the spiritual war is vital. Stand firm, chosen one, knowing that you are loved, protected, and destined for greatness. When worry creeps in, remember this message. The spiritual war may rage around you, but within you burns an unquenchable light. You are more powerful than any force that opposes you. This is your test, and you are equipped to pass with honor. The battles raging in the unseen realms might feel endless, but this intensity means something critical. Your spiritual ascent is underway. As the war reaches its peak, it tests every fiber of your being, your faith, your resilience, and your commitment to your divine mission. In this moment, you are being shaped into a spiritual warrior, unlike any before you. One of the greatest challenges you face is loneliness. The path of the chosen one is often walked alone, and the spiritual war can create barriers between you and those around you. You may feel misunderstood, isolated, or even rejected by those closest to you. This isolation is painful, but it is also a form of spiritual purification. It pushes you to turn inward and cultivate a deeper connection with your inner self and divine source. This solitude is not a punishment, but a preparation. During this season, distractions and temptations will increase. The enemy knows that your focus is your greatest weapon. They will try to lure you away with false promises of ease, comfort, or acceptance. These distractions may look like temporary relief or shortcuts, but they come at a high cost, a detour from your true path. Your discernment is your armor. Trust it. Every temptation resisted strengthens your spiritual muscle and brings you closer to your purpose. It's essential to recognize the difference between spiritual warfare and personal struggles. Sometimes the enemy uses your own fears, doubts, or past wounds as weapons against you. These inner battles are often the fiercest. They attack your self-worth, your confidence, and your hope. But remember, these wounds are not your identity. They are scars of growth, reminders of battles already won, and proof that you are still standing. Embracing grace is vital in this phase. Grace is the divine gift that covers your weaknesses and empowers your strengths. When you feel weak, grace is your strength. When you stumble, grace lifts you. Cultivating a heart full of gratitude opens the door to grace. Celebrate even the smallest victories, for they are stepping stones on your journey. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith. Your spiritual authority is growing, whether you realize it or not. The spiritual war may feel like chaos, but it is a refining fire. With every challenge, you are learning to wield your authority with wisdom, compassion, and power. This authority does not come from arrogance, but from surrender. Surrender to divine will and the understanding that you are a vessel for something greater than yourself. 1. Practical way to maintain strength is to develop a daily spiritual routine. This routine might include prayer, meditation, reading sacred texts, journaling, or any practice that connects you to your higher self and divine guidance. Consistency in your spiritual disciplines creates a foundation that the enemy cannot shake. It builds your immunity to fear and doubt, and increases your clarity and peace. Another key is self-care, physical, mental, and emotional. The spiritual war is taxing on every level of your being. Nourish your body with healthy food, rest, and exercise. Protect your mind by limiting exposure to negativity and focusing on positive, uplifting content. Manage your emotions by practicing forgiveness, releasing grudges, and embracing compassion, both for yourself and others. The peak of the spiritual war also brings spiritual breakthroughs. These moments may come suddenly or gradually, but they are unmistakable. You will experience flashes of insight, feelings of deep peace, or signs that affirm you are on the right path. These breakthroughs are divine confirmations that the battle is not in vain. They energize your spirit and renew your commitment to your mission. It's important to remember that you are never truly alone. Even when the world around you feels hostile or indifferent, divine support is always present. Angels, spirit guides, ancestors, and the universe itself are working behind the scenes to protect and guide you. Learning to recognize their signs and messages can be a powerful source of comfort and strength. The spiritual war will eventually shift from a time of testing to a time of triumph. Your endurance, faith, and courage will bring you into a new season of power and purpose. The struggles you face now are preparing you to lead, to inspire, and to illuminate the path for others. Your story will become a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of divine grace.